Question 24. Why was Mrs. Salmon convinced that the man she saw had committed the crime? This question is a little tricky because you have to understand what is being asked here. The context is about the courtroom scene where Mrs. Salmon is seeing the accused person. And why is she so convinced that this is the same person who committed the crime? Because she saw the man on the steps of Mrs. Parker's house and he was wearing gloves. Well, the gloves might be one clue, but anyone can be wearing gloves. Because he had a hammer in his hand and she saw him drop it into the laurel bushes by the front gate. This is another big clue, and we might be very tempted to choose this as the correct answer. But how does Mrs. Salmon know that the accused person who she is seeing in the court is the same person who had the hammer and dropped it? Well, because when he looked up at her window, she had seen him clearly in the light of a street lamp. Here she is asked, "Are you certain?" She says, "I could not be mistaken," which means that she is convinced. Why is she so sure? Because she had seen him clearly in the moonlight and the light of the street lamp on his face. Option D is the correct answer. This is a good example of a question where more than one options look like the correct answer. But we have to see how the options are connected and choose the best option.